I remember when my mother, who died in 1997, it was probably, I don't know, a month or so after she passed, and I was dreaming one night, and I don't have a lot of dreams that I remember. Sometimes you remember a lot of dreams. Some people are good at remembering their dreams, and then, there's me who occasionally. But when I do remember them, they really do stand out and stay with me. Well, this was I saw my mother, and it was like we were at Nordstrom, because we would always go to Nordstrom, go shopping, go have coffee. We always loved to go to their coffee shop because coffee was a quarter. It's not a quarter anymore. It used to be such a great deal. They wanted to keep you shopping, so they'd hop you up on caffeine for a quarter. Anyway, we were at the elevators or something, and I saw my mother, and it was like I was so excited to see her. But as I looked at her and talked to her, her eyes were dead. She had dead eyes. Well, she was dead. So I kind of looked at her, but she was talking to me. And all of a sudden, we were in the coffee shop. So we moved from the elevator to the coffee shop, and we're sitting there, and I'm thinking, well, she still has these kind of dead eyes, but we're talking, so this is wonderful. So I'm going along and talking to her, and we're drinking our coffee, and all of a sudden, her eyes transformed to these beautiful blue eyes that she always had. And I was so surprised. And I said, "Oh, Mama, you're alive. Your eyes, they're alive. You're alive." And she looked at me and she laughed and she said, "I was always alive. You only saw me as dead." And I thought to myself, that's exactly what this is talking about. We are always one with God. We're always connected with each other. We just don't see it. And gratitude, meaning knowing that we are connected. We should open our eyes every day in gratitude, not for anything, but for the fact that we are one with God, for the fact that we are connected, for the fact that nothing can stop eternal life. And I think of that story so often. She was always alive. We are always alive. We are always one with Him. We are the ones that don't see it. We are the ones that are not aware. So it says, then let your brothers. So how do we do it? And that's what this is so beautiful. This is what is shown in the study group when people want to be of service and help. Then let our brothers lean their tired heads against our shoulders as they rest a while. Metaphorical, right? Then let others lean on us. We're ready. We can handle it. We can do it for them when they don't feel that they can do it for themselves. And when I can't do it for me, you're going to be there for me. I'm going to rest my shoulder. I'm going to rest on your shoulder then. It says, we offer thanks for them allowing us to do this. Because again, as I said, so many of our listeners are blessed when they can reach out to you. That's what blesses them. For if we can direct them to the peace that we would find, then the way is opening at last to us. And here it is. An ancient door is swinging free again. It's like, it's that old door that's rusty that we haven't opened for a long time, that's got the cobwebs and the dust on it because we've kind of closed it off to the awareness of love inside of us. A long forgotten word re-echoes in our memory and gathers clarity as we are willing once again to hear. We're ready to experience that presence of Christ within us. I want to hear that. I'm renewed and replenished when I turn to that. So it says, what do? Walk then in gratitude the way of love, for hatred is forgotten when we lay comparisons aside. What more remains as obstacles to peace? And if you've read the course before, you'll know that in the text there's a section called the obstacles to peace. And the last obstacle is the fear of God. That we're afraid to turn to Him because we think we've done something that could not make us love Him and love us anymore. We ate the apple and we got kicked out of Eden. We disobeyed Him. And it says the fear of God is undone. How is it undone? It's undone. It kind of gives it to you right here. In comparisons, when we lay aside the need to compare, because love makes no comparisons. What more remains as obstacles to peace? Because the fear of God is now undone at last, and we forgive without comparing. I don't have to forgive because I have to do all the forgiving. I don't have to forgive because I'm better than you. I don't have to forgive because you did something wrong. I forgive because love is the most natural thing for us to give. Love is what we are here to give. Love is what we are here to receive, and if we don't give it, we cannot know it. Thus, we cannot choose to overlook some things and yet retain some other things still locked away as sins. This is a real challenging lesson, by the way. It says it's time to open that ancient door, creak, creak, in your brain that you've stuck in there and said, I can forgive this, I can forgive this, I can forgive this, but I cannot forgive this. Don't ask me about this one. This one ain't ready to go yet. And God's saying, oh, but if we only could, you could see so much clearer. You would see life instead of death. Because life was always there. You only saw it as dead. That's the point. Love is always here. But we choose to focus on the blocks. So this is a very challenging lesson. So thus we cannot choose to overlook some things and yet retain some other things still locked away as sins. When your forgiveness is complete, you will have total gratitude, for you will see that everything has earned the right to love by being loving, even as yourself. Everything has the right to love. Everything has the right to be seen in love. That's a powerful lesson.